afternoon, beautiful beings of light. Welcome to the Crone Zone Conversations with the Ancients. My name's Priscilla, and I'm obviously a crone, and this is my fellow crone, Heather. We just want to welcome you here on our beautiful Saturday afternoon in Key West, Florida. It's a gorgeous day here.
Yes, it is.
How is everybody today? We hope you enjoyed our previous show on the Nazca lines, but today we're going to talk about fractals. And if you'd like to see the Nazca lines, well, you know, everything's saved on YouTube, so you just have to go over there and have a look. We have lots of different videos and lots of different things, so I'm sure you can find something that might interest you.
We hope anyway.
We hope so anyway. Before we get started with the show, let's have a look at Heather's cards. Now, we still don't have card cam since we moved to StreamYard, but we can still read cards, even without our camera. And one of these days, I'll figure it out and get it up and going. So maybe you can tell us what the cards have to say today.
All right, let's find out what we need to say.
And I'm just going to read our little disclaimer. This is for entertainment purposes only. Heather and I are just two crones sharing our spiritual journey experiences. Please don't judge. Just take what resonates and leave the rest. We love our lives and the extraordinary journey we've been on, and we want to share our experiences in the hope that it may help others on their path. So thank you all for being here and being part of our journey. We really appreciate it, and may we all learn and grow in love and compassion together.
Yes.
Ooh, and you've got the cards. Hi, Amanda Carroll. Lovely to see you today. Thanks for being here.
Okay, well, we individually are the voice. And the thing that sometimes gets in our way of voicing or speaking our truth, doing what we need to do, is the immunity, because we're afraid we're not immune from all this criticism that everybody else is coming through. You know, they don't believe the way that we do, so you get a lot of flack. So it does get in the way of saying your thing. Of course, while it's getting in the way, our souls are still working with the celestial, trying to get things all ironed out and getting everything going right. And a lot of us are starseeds, and we're trying to act as starseeds as well as be human. And that sometimes can be difficult too. So we're still trying to say our voice, be the voice, but sometimes it's a little hard because of all the flack going through. But what they're saying is that if you are a caretaker, and by caretaker, I do not mean somebody else. I mean you're taking care of yourself. Yourself is important. So when you start taking care of yourself, you realize that what you're saying in the voice is what you're trying to say is correct. And the lack of immunity that you feel from other people, it doesn't matter. Because if you are taking care of yourself, then you will feel worthy and be able to express yourself. Okay?
Brilliant. Hi, Warrior Girl. Hi, Lauren Hunsinger. Welcome to the show today. We're going to talk about fractals. What is a fractal and what does it have to do with spirituality? This was a really hard show for me.
It was a lot of...
It's a lot of mathematics, a lot of information, and
right.
I suck at mathematics, so I pretty much ignored it.
Yeah,
part of it.
But it is a lot of mathematics, but I think you did a wonderful job of looking at everything except the math, because we don't need the math.
I don't need the math.
No, what you did is so much better. It explains it so much better than math would have.
Okay, let's see if we have some photos. I actually put a bunch of stuff in here to present. And let me pull up these slides. And where is it? Of course, there it is. First one, fractal broccoli. Okay, so today we're going to talk about fractals. Mathematician Benoit Mandelbrot coined the phrase fractal in 1975 from the Latin word fractus, meaning broken or fractured. Self-evident, isn't it? We have all seen fractals in nature. Clouds, trees, mountains, rivers, ferns, all are examples of fractals. Fractals are self-similar patterns that show up everywhere around us in biology and nature. And Mandelbrot first used that term to extend the concept of theoretical fractional dimensions to geometric patterns.
Oh, think about it. Even farmers farm in fractals. They're either in a continuous circles or they're up and down in rows, but they all have that pattern. They still work.
Oh,
with
that's kind of
fractals.
interesting. That's
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah. That's the prettiest broccoli. It's a Romanesque broccoli, and I've never had broccoli that looks like that.
Like
It
that.
is beautiful. Fractals are self-similar patterns that show up everywhere around us in nature and biology. Oh, already said that. Mandelbrot first used the term to extend the concept of theoretical fractional dimensionals to geometric patterns. Patterns that are expressed everywhere in nature, from plants and trees to shells and waves in the ocean, to rock formations, crystalline structures, and mountain ranges. And this next picture shows, okay, the blue oyster. This is amazing. This really shows what a fractal looks like. See how these are all repeated? You've got this one, and then way down into here, and all of these in here, and all of these along the edge. Those are all doing the same thing.
And the blue oyster, it's one of the most famous images associated with fractal geometry.
It is.
And it's what is called the Mandelbrot set, because there's so much there.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me show you the Mandelbrot, and then I have the Mandelbrot set. This is the Mandelbrot here. That is a Mandelbrot.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see how it's replicated.
It has a dark area that looks a bit like a shape of a bug, with a large round spot and a small attached spot next to it. But the edge is what makes it fascinating. It's filled with beautiful, complex curlicues that continue to be complex curlicues. No matter how much the set is magnified, they're still complex curlicues. In fact, it continues through infinite magnification.
Where'd the first one go? Well, you've seen what the first one looks like, but these are then multiplied times 6 on the outside of them.
And you can see they're still complex.
Then 100 and multiplied at 2,000, all that one little spot.
Yeah. And they're still complex curlicues. And we see fractals replicating everywhere in our human body, in the shape and formation of all our organs, our lungs, kidneys, heart, arterial system, and brain. And we see it in the growth of human life, from conception to embryo, to fetus, to newborn baby, to child, to adolescent, and to adulthood.
Look, Amanda says math magic. I love that.
Yeah, it is math magic. And from DNA cells to tissue, to organs, to systems, there is a rhythmic dance that folds back into itself again and again to replicate and scale the evolution of life from birth to death. It just keeps going and going and going. It's like the
Energizer Bunny.
That's right. Exactly what I had in mind.
Exactly what you were talking about.
Energizer Bunny.
Hi,
Yes.
Gypsy T. Hi, Maruta. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for being here today. You've heard of the saying, as above, so below. This means that everything is really fractal in nature and makeup. Everything is a bigger or smaller version of everything else. As with all true fractals, every piece of it is the same as every other part of it. The replication goes on through infinity. As everything in existence is a duplicate of everything else, I assume we are all the same energy as the divine, source energy, God, goddess, whatever you want to call it. If there's only one energy in existence, as spirit and science both tell us, and if in fact everything is one big giant fractal, then we're all God, as is everything around us. Fractals help to make the invisible visible. Through their self-replicating patterns, there's an economy and perfection that only the divine can create. From perfection and grace emerges what appears to be chaos or disorder, only to see it reemerge again as perfect order that follows a precise pattern and blueprint. What is layered inside of us in each replication and duplication of these forms and patterns is the precision that is the hallmark of the divine, and that is the signature of God.
Yep. And inside every living organism is the God code. It's hidden in unmanifested form that expresses itself as inspiration and the infinite beauty of life itself. We are a living expression of the divine, consciousness expressed as a spirit having a human experience. Just like a fractal, we are expressing an expression of self, reverberating and thrilling in the bliss of itself again and again and again.
Over and over
Over and over and over. Yeah. We are an iterative, that is, as in do a thing, then do it again, and then do it again, and do it again. That's what kind of life form we are. Always using new information to plug into our new experiences. You do a thing and you get a result, which gives you the belief about the world. Then you plug that belief back into your experience, and lo and behold, it shapes the outcome of that experience so that the results you get on another experience more deeply convinces the belief, and on, so forth, so forth. The more you do it, the more you know you're right or know you're wrong, and whatever it is. Our beliefs and experiences and sensations are self-similar.
I just wanted to put this up. Maruta says, I love fractals. I bought my Path of the Soul Oracle deck because it has fractal pictures on it. Ooh, I'd love to see those. I'm going to have to look at that Path of the Soul Oracle deck.
Path of the Soul. Let me write that down. Cool.
So we will experience the same type of energy, the same pattern in many aspects of our life because it's all being fed by the same rules of repetition. These self-similar patterns will happen on the smallest scales, down to ourselves, all the way up to the biggest scales of culture and beyond, because the equation is infinite. Fractal science proves our spiritual inclinations to be grounded in reality. I love that. Science proves it, as we are willing to accept it. Fractals are systems with fractional dimensionality or existing in fractal dimensions, meaning their dimensions extend beyond the first, second, and third dimension. Fractals extend infinitely, and therefore the three dimensions are not applicable to them. A dodecahedron is fractal, as it would appear in three dimensions. A fractal structure draws charge to its center. Let me pull up a dodecahedron. I love this. This is an amethyst dodecahedron. Isn't that beautiful? I think I need one. I thought it was beautiful. A fractal structure draws charge to its center. Attracting charge is what gives living things life. Therefore, anything that is alive is constructed from fractals. You're a fractal. I'm a fractal. We're all fractals.
And we're made of fractals.
Yeah.
The universe is a fractal made of fractals. Just like a human is made of fractals, the universe is made of fractals. Any kind of pattern can be a fractal, like intervals of time, the positions of things within an area, behavior, the evolution of something and physical objects. All of them can be fractals. Because the universe is made of them, fractal science can be applied to everything for an estimated prediction of the future course of things, as well as to better understand the universe itself. Fractal science can be applied to spirituality as to the physical world. Spirituality is universal, innate, and has been with us since our primal ancestors and beyond. We used religion as a means of understanding our creation, but eventually the science of evolution took its place. And as we delve deeper into the science of the world, the more we are able to explain and the more our spirituality becomes focused in a single direction, why anything exists at all. With science, we may discover.
Spirituality is all about the why, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why?
Mhm. And with science, we may discover how the universe began, but it'll never tell us why.
Nope.
Nope.
With science, we uncovered the mystery of nature, fractals, but we do not know why they exist. Spirituality at its very core is the search to answer why. Fractals explain the deep and unsourced knowledge that is our broader sense of spirituality. Enlightenment can be attained and maintained by understanding it on a scientific level. Isn't that just amazing that you can incorporate enlightenment and science in the same sentence? I think that is fantastic.
And the same thought.
Yeah. Enlightenment is being fractal. It is a state of non-resistance to what is, or the alignment of yourself with reality. You're completely present so that time does not exist. When we are completely fractal, we can inhabit our fractal surroundings. We are not trapped in our minds and bodies.
Mm-hmm.
When Siddhartha meditated during his years in the woods, he could leave his body and enter rocks, trees, animals, and other people.
Yep.
Isn't that crazy?
And shamans of different cultures who have connections with specific animals may transform into or travel as that animal. One of the ways it is possible to become fractals is to surround yourself with other fractals, as in nature, to eat living material free of any unnatural elements, as in organic fruits and vegetables, and to practice movement that draws a charge, like yoga, Tai Chi, or Qigong. We feel love or bliss when outside because our fractality is
I
being
love that
restored.
word. That's so hard. Fractality.
Fractality. Anyway, it's being restored because there's so many fractals out there. Okay. So doing what you love fuels growth and healing in our bodies and psyche. And this growth is the attraction of charge, which creates gravity. Human attention is an electric fractal. It focuses on something. It compresses the electric charge of that thing. And this explains how shamans cure people or make clouds rain. Doing what you love recreates your aura into a fractal and thus fuels its energy. And when you think about it, when we're healing, that's what we're using the energy. We're drawing it to one place and putting it where we need to put it.
Mm-hmm. To focus it upon. Yeah.
So it's a fractal.
Yeah. I love that. So wow, that's just amazing. Our fractality.
Yeah.
In everything around us, there's a special energy at work. In all the universe, there are repeating patterns unfolding around us. From the way the atoms look like galaxies to the way fiddlehead fern curls look like a snail shell, the basic building blocks of this world are self-similar, repeating patterns. Fractals are mathematical, iterative, self-similar, infinite, natural, chaotic, and efficient.
Mm-hmm.
Fractal science comes up in various religions and practices. Feng Shui is the placement and arrangement of structures according to the flow of qi. As once we understood the fractal science on life, and we look at ancient science like Feng Shui, we can understand what they've been talking about as the qi. It is actually the ability to attract charge non-destructively to the center. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Feng Shui is an example of humans' awareness of the force that is fractals without knowing the science behind it. Because Feng Shui is thousands of years old. Isn't
it? They don't know the science, but they knew what worked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A dreaming track is Aboriginal. In an Aboriginal culture, it's a path traveled by creative beings. Now, these dreaming tracks were recently uncovered as lines of magnetic conductivity. Love these long words. Aborigines detected these lines of energy and interpreted them as being sacred. In the Tao Te Ching, Anu Chu advises his followers to follow on to the center, and the center is where everything collects. all the charges collect, everything's there. Again, in the Tao is the phrase practice, not doing, and everything will fall into place.
Instead of forcing things.
Right. Just don't do a thing and everything will follow where it's supposed to be. Scientist and Dr. Konstantin Karatkov specializes in measuring people's auras. He measures his patients' energy fields for the purpose of diagnosis and research on the levels of energy and the afterlife. He found that people who were highly spiritual had stronger energy fields, and more positive the energy was, the stronger the field. So I guess you guys all have pretty strong fields.
Yeah.
Yep. And our energy fields have a great effect on those of our surroundings, and especially on other human beings. So when humans utilize their ability to alter and determine the quality of their inner, their positive change reflects onto the outer and thus onto others. And if you're somebody who's in a good mood, you can't help but lighten up.
True. And vice versa.
Mm-hmm. Karatkov found by measuring the electric field of a dying person, he discovered that the field travels away from the body to the closest place that's the most fractal. And the part of the human that detaches from the body after death, which is separate from influence and body and genes and evolution, the soul, is fractal.
Yep.
Our souls are fractal.
Our soul is a fractal.
Which is why it leaves.
Fractals are spirituality because they are the explanation of humans' universal and innate subconscious understanding of the world. This new fractal science of life could be the solution to virtually all of the major mysteries of science and life. I found this fascinating. Fractality means sustainability. Using our knowledge of fractals, we can design systems and structures, goods and services, which imitate the cycles and transformations in nature to reduce global warming. Isn't that awesome? Humans can understand what constitutes their well-being and bliss, and then it is sustained through diet, environment, and charge-attracting movement. Architects can formulate and create buildings made from biological materials and formations that attract charge. And one place I read about, I can't remember, the city has a building where people tend to go out of body at night because the way the building is set is fractalized. And the people that sleep in this hotel have a tendency to lucid dream. I just thought that was wild.
Mm-hmm.
Build my house like that.
Yeah.
I think that would be cool. These structures can be used in agriculture to produce healthy food, and schools to increase attention and growth. The use of fractal science will expand throughout medical science in predicting and diagnosing disease. This is our future because chaos self-organizes. We are chaos, and we will organize into a fractal community using our newfound knowledge in the spirituality of fractals. Wow.
I mean, when you think about it, everything is a fractal, comes from fractals, produces fractals. It's all just one that's turned into all of these fractals.
I just think that's amazing. Anyway.
Yeah.
So I hope you guys enjoyed that. So guess what? It's card time, and we'll be doing cards. If anybody has any comments,
and
also put them in all caps and emojis.
And just think about it. I mean, everything's a fractal. We're fractals. We're different fractals, but we're fractals. And it's just kind of cool when you think about it.
I agree, Amanda.
Yes, it is.
Much blew my mind as I'm working with all this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And I knew when I was getting information that I'm going, okay, this is the simplest math, but math's not your forte. So math is not. But you can understand how fractal is used for math because it's infinite. Exactly. And so is math.
Oops. I didn't mean to put that one up again.
But it was, yeah, when you think about it.
Yeah, mine too. Hi, Jansfree. Welcome.
Yep.
Hi, Wisdom Seeker Joan. Welcome.
We
Glad to
can
have you all here today.
we could understand how your mind gets blown on when you think about it.
I
You don't
agree.
want to think about it.
I think they're beautiful too.
Yes, they are. And if you have cards that are all fractals, those must be gorgeous.
Oh, she did say who
Yes,
the
she
author
did.
is. Whoops.
Um,
Shirley Harnish. I think we have one of her decks.
we may have. I'll
I
have to
remember
look.
that name. I think this fractal is just gorgeous.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
But there are just so many.
It had to go into spirituality. There's if it's not leading towards spirituality, I just don't.
And really, when you
I'm not
think about it,
interested.
they say we're all part of God. Well, if we're all fractals and the original fractal is from Him, then we are part of God. We are God.
Everything is.
Yeah.
Everything around us.
Exactly.
Everything is. I just love it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Amanda. I'm glad you're enjoying it too. We learn with every show and with the information we get from the chat room too. A lot of times.
Exactly. Because there's a lot of you who are very knowledgeable.
Yeah. Okay, let's do some card reading. Who all would like a card? And please put it in caps so I can grab it and star it.
Yeah. Well, for the for Jansfree, you said you missed 10 minutes. Well, you may want to go back and pick it up because this was a really complex thing. But it makes a lot of sense.
Hey, I thought we carried it off fairly well.
Yeah.
Considering.
You did a great job on putting it together.
Okay, we've got some people that wants cards.
All
I
right.
see Gypsy T first.
Gypsy T.
Then Jansfree, and I've got Amanda. So, I believe Gypsy T's first.
Okay. Let's make a little bit of room here to put the cards
And
out.
Wisdom Secret Joan would like a card. You got it.
Gypsy.
Tomorrow, we're going to have a great show with Valerie Bradshaw from the Illumination Portal. She's going to talk all about the pink full moon. And I haven't even had time to go look about the pink full moon, but she gives us all the astrology and everything involved with the full moon. So that's going to be a really informative one. She's always so clear in what she says. It's easy to follow her.
Gypsy T got the strength card. And I think it's because you are a Tower of Strength and you find you're using it a lot. And that's a good thing for others, but you do need to take some time for yourself to help rebuild it. It's like with the fractals, you need to go out into nature and recharge your fractals. So that would be a good thing.
Gotcha, Lauren. Go look up in those hills, in those mountains. Take a picnic.
Enjoy being outside. You are a Tower of Strength. But again, take care of yourself.
Aw.
Who's second?
She says, thank you every single day. I'm working on that right now.
Good.
We love you.
And Jansfree's next.
And Jansfree's next.
They're just flying out of here. All right, let's try this. All right. That one's most definitely flown out. Okay, Jansfree. The card that flew out was envy. So you may want to there are some people who are envious of what you're able to do. On the same token, there is a little bit of envy in you towards somebody else too, because they can do something that you can't. So although you need to look behind you, also look within you. Okay? Because it's trying to get you all around. And part of that's because of all the energy that's going on around here. It's attracting not the good stuff. It's attracting stuff that is hard to deal with. So you've got it coming and going. So just take it easy, look at things another way, and make sure that you're getting all the information. Okay.
Ooh, I hope that resonates. I have to post this. Warrior Girl says, it is peak.
Or a tight bun? Wild. Yes.
Actually, I had my hair short until COVID, and I let it grow out because we couldn't get haircuts. So that's why it's grown out. It was usually white and spiky.
Okay, who's the next one?
Okay.
I wasn't thinking
That's
anybody.
Amanda.
Amanda.
Did that fly on the floor?
No, they're just wanting to fly. Angel of love.
Aw.
Not only is that who you are, you also have an angel of love behind you all the time, working with you to
That's best.
work with everybody else.
Even better.
So you have support. Don't be afraid to offer your love because you do have support behind you of love. Okay.
Oh, that's funny. Not your cards.
What?
I was going to say similar to Pam Gregory. Yep, really short, but spiky. I liked it sticking up. Super spiky. I'll show a picture one day. It would take too long to find right now. Okay. That was Amanda? Or that was okay.
That was Amanda.
Okay, we've got Wisdom Seeker Joan then.
Wisdom Seeker Joan.
I don't remember Warrior Girl asking for a card.
She was one of the first one, wasn't she? Who was the first one?
Jennifer.
No, Gypsy T, you're right. Well, that one flew out. Patience. They're needing you to have a little bit more peaceful presence and just be a little more patient with some things that are going on around you. Okay? Because that's all you need. Just a little more patience. And it's really hard to be patient when things are not going the way you know that they could or that they should, and not moving as well as you would like. It's really hard to be patient, but they're saying, be patient. It's coming. Everything's going to work out. Everything's fine.
All righty. I got you, Warrior Girl.
Laura Hunsaker.
And-
I'm not taking that card because I hadn't said your name in my name yet. So
Wisdom Seeker Joan says, okay, will do.
good.
Hope that resonates, love.
Everything's coming. It's just taking time. Laura Hunsaker. Get to draw this one. Victory. That's a nice card. Things are going your
Sweet.
way, and they're going to continue going your way. You're in a good spot. So just keep going with it. Don't let up. That's what I'm getting. Don't let up. Don't let up. Just keep going with it because you're on your way to victory. So just keep it going. Okay.
Nice. Hi, Valerie B. Valerie B. going to be on with us tomorrow. Okay, let's see.
Who's next?
That would be Warrior Girl.
Okay. Okay.
Let's see if Valerie would like a card. I bet Valerie would like a card.
You want one or three? Well, I'll pull three.
Okay, Val, we're going to pull a card while you're cleaning.
Warrior Girl.
Ooh, Warrior Girl, you're getting 3 cards.
She asked for one or three. Wow. Okay. The first card was storm warning, so just be careful. And this may be literal. I don't know where you live, but this may be literal for your storm warnings. And do look around because the second card was envy. And it's not from you, it's the people looking at things that you can do or that you are doing. And that's why I was kind of surprised to see the storm warning and envy there together. So there are warning signs. Make sure you're watching for what may be some envy, okay? But you also have a lot of caring connections. And this could be your family, could be your friends, could be all of us out here. Anyway, you have some caring connections to help you get through whatever those warning signs are. Okay? So you've got friends to help.
Woohoo. Sounds good to me.
Don't be afraid to ask your friends, okay?
And last but not least, Valerie. I just love her meme.
It is gorgeous.
I think that's the logo for her channel. It's gorgeous. You're welcome, Warrior Girl. So tomorrow, like I said, Ms. Valerie B. She's going to be with us for the pink full moon to explain it all to us. And then, say, what?
This is it flipped over. So it's the seventh chakra, Archangel Uriel, and your connection is really good. It's better now than it's been for a long time. So take advantage of it. She's there to help. Okay.
Oh, that's lovely. Okay, and then a card for the collective, I guess. Anybody else out there that wants a card pulled, we'll be happy to. Otherwise, we're going to pull one for the collective.
And see you all tomorrow.
Then we'll see you all tomorrow for the pink full moon that's coming up. I can't wait to see what's coming up. Okay. And Monday is our wisdom circle. Remember our wisdom circle that we do once a month? That is going to be Monday at 4:00, which is an odd time. We normally are out on
3
live at 3, but Monday's going to be 4, and we're going to talk about what is a soul. And leading our discussion on Monday will be Miss Terry Lee from Pure Visionary Psychic Medium. She's our leader tomorrow. Monday.
Yep.
So that'll be wonderful.
And this one flipped out. I was kind of surprised, and yet they're saying watch the weather. Because some of you have got some really rough stuff coming through. I know my son lives in Kansas. They haven't had any of the snow, but they've had 35 mile an hour winds. He's been leaving at 3 in the morning and getting home before the winds really start up. Denver has had a lot of winds, not necessarily snow, but a lot of winds. Of course, we all know about the tornadoes, and that's a lot of wind. So
serious stuff.
So keep your eyes open and watch because of the storm warnings, there's a lot of people who need help. So do your best to send everybody that you know or don't know as much love as you possibly can because everybody out there needs it.
Oh, yeah. Love and protection. Let's send them all love and protection today. If we've got that card, it must be stormy weather.
Yeah, and everybody dealing with it is having a rough go. They need all the love you could send. Also remember to send yourself some of that love.
Yeah.
Because you also need to keep your fractals fresh.
I like that. Keep your fractals fresh. Exactly. That's a new one. I love it. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Lots of love to you.
Lots of love to all of you. Please go out and speak your truth, shine your light, and show everyone around you how marvelous you are because each and every one of you is. And we love you. Have a great day and hopefully join us again tomorrow for Valerie B.
And we'll see.
Meanwhile, take care. Love you loads.